Bro, before you go, because you say you like to help people, right?
Yeah.
But if you help a homeless, right, if you put them into a house, but they a drug addict, what's gonna end up happening to them again?
Bring it out.
It can go either way.
Teach.
What's going?
I've seen both sides. They can heal and keep it, or they can get back on drugs and lose.
They get back on drugs and lose it. But how do you erase that out of our community completely?
No. Teach.
You gotta change. You gotta change one's mind.
Bring it out.
You gotta change one's mind. Give me Psalm chapter 19, verse 7.
Bring it out.
Watch this, bro. Watch this. Come
Bring
on.
it out.
Psalms chapter 19 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
The law of the Lord is perfect.
The what?
The law of the Lord is perfect.
You hear that? God's laws is perfect. Watch
That's
what
right.
it do to you.
Converting the soul.
What does it mean to convert? It means to change.
Change
God's law
Teach.
change you. Come on.
The testimony of the Lord is sure. Making wise the simple.
Making everybody that they thought to be simple wise. Making everything that you knew to be wise simple. Because what? God's laws is perfect. God's laws are change a drug addict into a prophet.
That's right.
God's laws are change a hoe into a princess.
That's right.
But we gotta apply that to our lives.
Teach.
If we don't apply that to our lives, you can
Bring it
give
out.
a Negro reparations, and they're going to squander it and give it right back to the oppressor.
Right.
Because all we worried about is drugs.
Right.
All we worried about is fancy cars.
Right.
All we worried about is the next woman we can sleep with.
Right.
No,
Teach.
none of us is turning to our neighbors trying to make them better.
That's right.
Not according to God's law.
Right.
Because God's laws would define you as being a righteous man or a righteous woman.
Teach.
You can't live by the oppressor's rules and live how he tell you to live and then call yourself righteous. Because guess what? When you turn on the TV, right, and you turn it on to the local channel or any channel at all, what is the black man being portrayed as?
Teach.
The bad guy, the drug dealer, the gangbanger. When you turn on the social media platform, what does our women,
Bring it out.
what is the image of our women?
The bad person, the hoe.
The hoe, the woman that's always twerking, that can't keep her body parts promiscuous. Exactly.
That's right.
So how do we switch that around? Read it again.
Psalms chapter 19 and verse 7.
Come on.
The law of the Lord is perfect.
Come on.
Converting the soul.
God's law will convert you. Come on.
The testimony of the Lord is sure.
Come on.
Making wise the simple.
So what changes us? God's law changes
us.
us.
That's right.
Guess what? We got to start keeping God's law with one another.
Bring it
Guess
out.
what? If you start keeping God's law with one another, you know what you force
Teach.
each other to do?
Teach.
You force me
Bring it out.
to see your value.
Right.
You force
Bring
me
it out.
to see your value.
Go.
I force
Bring
you
it out.
to see my value.
Teach.
Because if I sit up here and I say that I'm looking at a king, or
Teach,
sit up here and I
Bring
say
it
that I'm
out.
looking at a princess or another king,
Teach.
am I gonna be fast to lift my gun up to that individual?
out.
No.
Teach.
Am I gonna be fast to want to whore out my sister if I
Teach,
see her as a
teach.
princess? No. But
Bring
these
it
are the
out.
values that we miss as Israelite men and women.
Right.
Give me
Right.
Deuteronomy chapter 7
Bring
and
it
verse
out.
6.
Right.
We're not
Teach,
playing no
Doc.
games with nobody
Teach.
out here. We're here to get our people straight
it out.
because we're tired of this damn captivity.
That's
We're tired of being trampled on.
Right.
We tired of our women being out of order.
Right.
We tired of our men acting like
Bring it
little
out.
boys.
Right.
Read what you got.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6.
Come on.
For thou art unholy people.
You see what God say about you Israelite men and women? What a sign that.
Teach.
Flip it to them so they can
Teach.
see it.
Teach.
You see what God say about the so-called blacks and Hispanics? Read it
Bring
again.
it out.
For thou art unholy people.
God
Teach.
calls you brothers and sisters holy.
Right.
Who
Right.
knows what
Teach.
holy means?
Let him know.
Holy
Teach.
means separate. When
Right.
God
Bring it
created
out.
us, He created us different from everybody
Right.
else.
Right.
Read.
Teach.
Amen.
A holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen
He
thee
have chosen you, brothers and sisters,
to be a special people.
to be what?
right.
A special people.
God chose us to be special.
That's right.
He chose us to be
Teach us.
above everybody else.
Teach.
When he made the Israelite nation,
Bring
he
it
said,
out.
"Nah, y'all ain't gonna be like everybody else." That's why you cannot find an Arab
Bring
Shaquille
it out.
O'Neal. You can't find one.
Teach.
You can't find a Chinese Beyonce. You can't find one.
Right.
We're just made and built different.
That's
right. We're just built different.
Read. Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Now, if you think we knew this, do you think it'll be black on black crime?
Bring it out.
Do you think it'll be drug deals going on in our neighborhoods? Do you think it'll be a such thing as a baby mama if we knew this? But this is what we need to do. This is what we need to be teaching to our children. This is what we need to be teaching to our neighbors. This is how you get people off of heroin. This is how you get people off of crack. This is how you get people back into the right stable mindset of man and woman, husband and wife. This is how you get them back there. You teach them their worth. You teach them who they are. Because guess what? If you take a man's nationality, right? You take a man's land. You take a man's culture. You take a man's language, his heritage. What does that man have left?
Bring it out.
They took that away from you too, because remember, they took your nationality. So if they take your nationality, they take your identity, they take your character. That's right. What else? What do they leave you with?
Bring it out.
Huh? No, they don't leave you with nothing, because remember, they take your culture, they took your principles. If they take your nationality, then they took your principles and your character. So if I take all this and I rob you of all of these things, what did I leave you with?
Bring it out.
A whole lot of pain, and what else?
Bring it out.
Nothing. You know what that means? That's why they call you black. Black literally means nothing. It's absence of color. It means nothing there. So that's why it's so easy for a police to raise up his gun at you and blow you away. Because you don't see yourself as nothing. We don't see ourselves as nothing. That's why they call us black. But we as a people, we gotta stand up on God's law. Because that's what shows you a man. That's what shows you a righteous woman. 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 2. Bring it up, man. Because like I said, this
Bring it out.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. But y'all gotta understand that we better than what they say we are. If you don't understand that, guess what? You can say it with your mouth. But if I don't see it in your actions, do it mean anything? Nope. It don't mean a damn thing. Right. So you gotta change yourself. Right. What you got?
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 2 and verse 2.
Come on.
I go the way of all the earth.
Come on.
Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man.
You see that? We gotta show ourselves men.
Right.
And our women gotta fall in line right behind us.
Keep the charge of the Lord thy God.
Read.
To walk in his ways.
Come on.
To keep his statutes.
How do you become a man?
Keep his statutes.
How do you become a man?
To keep his statutes.
You got to keep the statutes of the Most High.
That's right.
Watch this. How do you become a righteous man or a righteous woman? By keeping the statutes of the Most High, right? Give me Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Watch this. I'm going to give it to you. You ain't going to have to do no guessing up here. I'm going to tell you straight. We gonna show you how to be men and women, how to be that Israelite man and woman. Read what you got.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Come on.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
What does that mean?
You shouldn't dress as a woman.
You shouldn't dress like a woman, and what?
And I shouldn't dress as a man.
And you shouldn't dress as a man. That's simple. Watch this. Come on.
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
Everybody that do so is an abomination unto the Lord. So guess what? Our men that's out here dressing like women, they're abomination. Our women that's out here dressing like men, they are abomination. And that's why our neighborhoods are trash.
That's right.
Because guess what? The man trying to be the woman, and the woman trying to be the man.
Right.
And why is it like that? Because of what they're teaching, what they taught our children back then.
Bring it out.
You know, back in the late 80s, in the early 90s, you would get beat up acting like that. You couldn't walk down the street freely like that. And that's when we had somewhat a little bit of care for each other. Yeah, they teaching it to them now, but the ones that's like that and is out with it, they was taught that too. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not as common. It wasn't as common as it is now. But guess what? Satan is giving the power to these people to come after your children like that. How do you combat that? You don't combat that with guns and knives. You combat that with the Spirit of the Lord. Read what the Spirit of the Lord say again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Come on.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Come on.
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
You teach that to your kids. First, you got to observe it yourself. You observe it yourself and teach it to your kids. That's how you combat it. Because guess what? What they doing right now? They're taking people that's looking like you, right? They look just like you. And then they're making them do strange things. They're like, wait a minute. My mama look like that. My mama wear pants. My mama wear the blonde hair. So now they're looking at something that looks similar to you, but doing the exact opposite. So they're gonna follow after that. So you gotta first do it yourself. You gotta stop wearing the pants. You gotta stop putting the blonde hair in your hair. You gotta stop all of these things in order for you to be a light or a beacon unto the younger kids. Because what they doing, they taking women that look like us, women that look like you, and putting them on Facebook, they're putting them on Instagram, they're putting them on TikTok, and their asses is out. And then they see that, hey, look at all of the views that they're getting. They're getting all this attention.
Bring it out.
So they're making wickedness abound in the world. It keeps going like that.
Right.
But the only way we can combat that is coming with the word of God.
That's right.
Switching it up. I know you got kids that look up to you. I know you got young women that look up to you. If you change it, then you give them you give them some sense of life. You give them some sense of life. You show them they don't have to be hookers and whores to be successful. You teach them that. You teach them that you can get a husband and live on. And live. How many of y'all married? How many of y'all? You see all of these men? They all married. How many of y'all take care of your wives? Keep your hand up. How many of y'all take care of your kids? Keep your. You see, ain't nobody hand going down. Nigga, yeah, I'm not saying. I'm saying as these men. And there's men out here that's really being men. I'm telling you. Look at all of these men. We all taking care of ours. You don't have to. You don't have to be a hooker on the street. You don't have to be the things that you be. But we gotta be able to show them that. And we can't. Give me Matthew chapter 5 and verse 14. We gotta be able to show them that. Like you, bruh, you smoke?
American blacks.
That's just as good as smoking. That's worse.
Right.
Hold that. Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16. Remember, in order for us to show ourselves men, we got to keep the charge of the Lord thy God. In order for us to make change, remember, the law of the Lord is perfect. That's what converts you.
That's right.
That's what changes you.
Gather the sheep.
Come on, read what you got.
1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16.
Read.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
The Bible says, don't you know you the temple of God, bro? Come on.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
And that God's Spirit is supposed to dwell in you. Hey, big bro right here with the sweater. What is the Spirit of God that's supposed to dwell in us as a people? Huh? Perfect answer. What about you, bro? What is the Spirit of God that's supposed to dwell in us? Give me that in Romans. I'm gonna give it to you. Hey, bro, humble in spirit. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that because a lot of people will come up here and act like they know. They don't act like you know. That's fake. That's right. We don't deal like that. We gonna deal as men and we gonna deal as brothers and sisters. I love y'all. I ain't never seen y'all a day in my life, but I got nation love for y'all. Y'all my nation. Y'all my people. So it's up to me to come out here and tell y'all what the hell we need to do to get back in this race and run it. 14.
For we know that the law is spiritual. But I am
the law is what? Read it again.
For we know that the law is spiritual.
He said, we know that what?
The law is spiritual.
God's law is the spirit that's supposed to dwell in us. God's law is what's going to stop you from hoeing out your sister.
right.
God's law is going to stop you from vaping. God's law is going to stop you from wearing pants. God's law is what's going to get us in order. Ain't nobody going to get us. Bro, they are comfortable. They're comfortable with us selling drugs to each other.
Right.
They are comfortable. The police ride up and down the street all day long. Look at all of these drug addicts that they don't give a damn about. They're comfortable with our people leaning over and slumped over and standing up sleeping like zombies at 9 a.m. in the morning. They're comfortable with that. But us as men and men and women of the same nation, we gotta not be comfortable with that. We gotta be the beacons of light unto our people so they can change. We gotta be the ones that shows a righteous example.
Bring it out.
The example is you, and the example is y'all. We the example. I come out here all the way from Sacramento to come talk to y'all, to try to be a better example for y'all. We here for y'all. Read what you got.
Romans,
1 Corinthians chapter 3.
1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 16.
Come on.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of
The
God,
Bible said, don't you know you the temple of God?
and that the Spirit of
And
God
that my law
dwelleth in you.
My law is supposed to dwell in you. God's law naturally dwells in us. For example, homosexuality, is that godly or no?
Bring it out.
So you know that already. So guess what? The Spirit of God lies dormant in you somewhere. You gotta be the one to bring that out. How do you bring that out? Read on.
If any man defile the temple of God.
You gotta bring it out by stop defiling your temple.
That's right.
When you vape, you're defiling your temple. There's nothing made to go in your lungs but air, bro. That's it. Read.
Him shall God destroy.
How do God destroy us? By giving us lung cancer. By giving us all type of ailments. What else?
Bring it out.
Throat cancer, giving us all of this stuff, and it's happening by your own hands because you won't stop defiling your temple. You deal with a woman. You ain't got no woman right now. What's your plans? What's your plans when for the next woman you get?
Plan for the woman I get is to be right with God. You know what I'm saying? I do want my relationship stronger with God before I do start to deal with another woman.
Okay, well this is how you do it. You get your relationship stronger with God by keeping the charge, by turning yourself from a man of Babylon into a man of God. You convert your soul. You convert your spirit. How do we do it? By God's law. Go back to 1 Kings chapter 2 and verse 2. Who's the next teacher? Samson, you done? Oh, you the next teacher? All right, come on, read that.
Bring it out.
1 Kings chapter 2 and verse 2. Bring it out. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong therefore.
Bro, you gotta be strong, bro. I know it's hard to put the faith down, but as a man, you gotta be strong. This is King David talking to his son, King Solomon. He said, Solomon, I done went through all the earth. Be strong, my son. And what?
And show thyself a man.
And show yourself a man, bruh. Read.
And keep the charge of the Lord thy
He
God.
said, keep the charge of God. Keep the Lord's words. Come on.
To walk in his ways.
He said to walk in all God's ways. Guess what? Not defiling your temple is walking in God's way.
Right.
That's how you make your relationship stronger with God. Like today is the Sabbath day, right? You're not supposed to be buying, selling, cooking, nor working on this day. That's how you become closer to God.
That's
Remember, give me John 15:14. Let's start there.
John,
Read what you got.
John chapter 15 verse 14. Ye are my friends.
Ye are my friends.
If ye do whatsoever I command you.
You see how you become a friend of God? By doing what?
His laws and his creed.
Exactly. Read it again.
Ye are my friends.
Ye are my friends. If you want your relationship to become stronger with God, right? It said you can become my friend if
ye do whatsoever I command you.
He said you gotta do whatever I tell you.
Right.
Do whatever I tell you, and that's how you make your relationship stronger with me. I tell you not to defile your temple. So if you go out and leave from here and go vape some more, What did you just do? Did you just become closer to God, or did you depart from him even further?
Let him know.
Yes, because why? He gave you his warning.
Right.
He gave you the blueprint on how to become. He gave you the blueprint on how to become close to him. He gave it to you. He said, "You are my friends if you do whatsoever I command of you."
That's right.
Read what, go to Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 31. You can't be one of these type of guys. What's your name, brother? Alex? Alice? Nice to meet you, brother. I'm Shim. Read what you got. You can't be one of these guys, Alice.
Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 31.
Bring it on.
And they come unto thee as the people coming.
You can't be the brother that come as the other people. You read?
And they sit before thee
And stand before us
as my people.
as God's people. I understand I'm Israel. I understand what I got to do to become closer to God. Come on.
And they hear thy word.
And they hear these good words and they understand these good words.
But they will not do them.
You cannot be that brother that don't do them. You're getting the blueprint on how to do it. Don't be one of the fake individuals that sit here for an hour and a half, two, listening to the good word, and then turn around and keep doing the same things.
Right.
That's why we gave you. Listen. That's why we gave you that flyer right there.
Right.
On that flyer right there, all of our information on there.
That's right.
We know, Alice, that this thing is hard.
Let him know.
We know it. Look at all of us. We didn't just wake up one day and be like, I want to be in the spirit today. No, it took him to help me. It took him to help me. Him. All of these brothers around me, it took their spirits to help me stay in the spirit.
Right.
So what am I telling you? I'm telling you, you can't do it alone. I'm telling you, you reach out to us.
Let
Get
him
the
know.
help that you need. Because guess what? You're not going to wake up tomorrow and be like, I'm going to throw this faith away. It's not going to work like that. Give me Ecclesiastes. Hold that. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 4.
Let him know.
Watch this. This is how you do it. This is how you become closer to God. This is how you get your life back on track. This is how you get your life in order, because it don't cost a quarter. That's right. Do that. Read what you got.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9.
Bring it on.
Two are better than one.
What the Bible say?
Two are better than one.
What the Lord say?
Two are better than one.
You see that, Alice? The Bible say two is better than one. Me and you together is better than you trying to do it alone.
That's right.
Him and me together. How harder would you think it'd be if I was standing here trying to teach you the Bible by myself, reading and teaching? It'd be difficult to be on this mic, flip through the scripture, find it, tell it to you, and then explain it. But when I can have a reader right here for me to do that for me. Two are better than one.
Right. Two are better than one.
Come on.
Because they have a good reward.
The good reward. What is the good reward for us being together on one mind and one accord? That you don't go back to vaping.
Right.
I don't go back to what my battle was.
Right.
I don't go back to whoremongering. I don't go back to selling drugs. I don't go back to gangbanging. You and your presence make me keep my mind on, I can't go back to that old man.
Right.
That's the reward that we get. Read.
They have a good reward for their labor. For if they
Or
fall,
if you fall or even think to go back to vaping,
the one will lift up his fellow.
I'm standing right there like, Alice, ain't no way you going back to that, bruh. Pick yourself up and be a man.
Right.
Now you got somebody holding you accountable for what your actions is.
Right.
Right now you don't have nobody to hold you accountable for your actions. You're a grown-ass man. So in our minds as grown men of Babylon, they're like, well, who the hell are you to tell me what I can and can't do? I'm your brother to tell you that what you can and can't do.
Right.
You my brother to tell me what I can and can't do.
Right.
But the Bible say two is better than one, meaning get together so we can keep each other in line and in check. And once we can get like that, guess what? You will see less heroin addicts on the street. You will see less people out here doing nothing and more people out here doing something. You see what I'm saying? And I'm talking about in the name of God. You ain't gonna see nobody out here drug dealing and gangbanging. You're gonna see less of that if you see more of God's spirit rising up in his people.
Right.
And it starts with you, bruh. It starts with you. Read what you got.
But woe to him that is alone.
You see that God says, read it again. Read it again. Spell the word woe. Read it again and then spell the word woe.
For if they fall, the what?
Read it from woe.
But woe, W-O-E.
What does that word mean? W-O-E. Woe.
Let them know.
Nah, that means destruction.
That's right.
That means
No.
death.
Right.
That means a pit that you can't crawl up out of.
Right.
That means that pit that's 6 feet deep. Who have you ever known to crawl out a 6 feet deep pit?
Nobody.
Nobody. They close it on you.
Yeah, I don't want to know that.
That's why the scripture is telling you, woe to him that be alone. Meaning, if you attempt to do it by yourself, you're gonna fall.
That's right.
This is what we here for. We didn't rise up early to come out here and play with nobody. We rose up early to bring our people out of the dead state that they in. That's what you gotta understand, Alice. You an Israelite man. It's not meant for you to be alone. It's meant for you to be on this side in purple and gold with us, teaching the people of San Francisco. You know this area better than I do. I'm pretty sure of it. So guess what? You're supposed to be our boots on the ground out here, moving this train out here.
That's right.
You can do that though if you apply your mind to God's laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is